Greetings everyone, welcome to Just Advanced, and this is from the round 3 of Blitz, where we have the reigning world champion here with the white pieces, Gukesh, and with the black pieces we have Wesley So. So, this is going to be India versus America, so this is going to be a great matchup. So without further ado, let's start with this game. Gukesh was able to beat Wesley in the rapid time format, so let's see if in a faster time format, if he's able to do so. Here just e4 by Gukesh, we have e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, and bishop to e5, going for the ruler pace. Gukesh has been playing ruler pace a lot in the Blitz section. We have knight to f6, d3, but just bishop to c5. Bishop captures, d captures, and just going for c3. This is the Berlin defense, and we have knight d7, d4, and just bishop to d6. We have castles. Now finally going for this bishop to g5, attacking the queen. And now once the queen moves, we have rook to e1, nicely aligning the rook against the black queen. We have f6, h4, and bishop to h4, and now just going for this a5. This is the main idea. You want to push all the way, and maybe if you want to stop it, you have to go a4 yourself. In knight b2 was played, but just a4 by Wesley. We have knight to c4, but just queen to e6. Knight to e3, now just going for that doubling of that rook. You still have to actually think about how to develop that bishop. That bishop looks like barely a piece. We have knight to f5, but now just bishop goes back. Queen to c2, g6, kicking the knight away, and not actually going for anything but going for d captures. And can you capture here? Well, it's a question, definitely a question, but the answer to that is absolutely not. If you capture here, your position is much worse with the black pieces. You don't want to do something like this. Well, you cannot capture, because if you capture, then just this captures. This is coming with that defense, so if you go back, the position just absolutely collapses, and there is nothing you can do. I mean, this kind of pawn structure, you're just completely lost. Your king is open, wide open, and you can get the rook into the game, you can get the queen into the game slowly but surely, and yeah, the game will be over very soon. But here after d captures, we have knight captures. Obviously not going for such shenanigans. We have knight caps on e5, pawn captures, and just moving the knight back, because now you can capture it. But after queen to f7, we have bishop to g3. Now just b5, maybe just fianchettoing the bishop as well, but it's highly unlikely here. Just b4, a captures, rook caps on a1, rook captures, and bishop to e6. Definitely not fianchettoing the bishop. We have b4, but now just c5. And now queen to b2 was played by Gukesh. Bishop to d7, rook to a6. Rook to a6 is a very beautiful move. You could also consider rook to a7, but rook to e6 just cuts off everything here, and maybe you can just bring in the queen. Maybe you can just even get the knight to d5. It's a beautiful position to have with the white pieces. And I mean, Gukesh has been showing incredible intricacies of the position that he knows in the ruler pace. So ruler pace definitely a very great option for Gukesh, but he's also trying to beat Wesley in any time format that he can find, so that's absolutely amazing. And Wesley is a great guy. I mean, always humble, always, if he wins, still very nice. If he loses, still, I mean, always teaches you so many things. It's a great matchup. Here just c captures, but now just bishop to d6, and now just going for this h3. I mean, not allowing any bishop jumps in the future, and also just maybe just making some breathing room for the king. We have bishop to c8, attacking the rook, but now just rook goes back, and now we have this very nice bishop to d7, queen to c3, queen to g7, knight to d5, and finally that knight is now centralized. And in this position, there are a lot of moves you can play, but here rook to c8 was played, and the position absolutely crumbles because of a very beautiful tactic in this position. Both players are like, now Gukesh is 1 minute 38 seconds, and Wesley is 48 seconds. So Gukesh is up on time. I think he should have invested some time here, because there is a very beautiful tactic. If you want to find it, you can find it yourself, but I'm not going to be wasting time here that much, because here just knight caps on c7. It's pretty much obvious, because here after bishop captures, that is the only move, because you want to open up an attack. But now you have this beautiful knight to e6, hanging your queen, but also going for this. So you cannot capture. If you capture, that comes for the check. Next move, I pick up the bishop, so you don't want to do that. But you could go for this very nice bishop caps on e6, and now comes rook captures, king captures. So you would have two pieces, and you'll be defending the rook. So maybe you'll be able to hold this to a draw, but it's very highly unlikely. Two pieces. If you didn't have the pawn, I mean, white didn't have this pawn, then you could maybe push and maybe set up some sort of a fortress, but other than that, you have a complete bishop. If it was just the queen, then I think Wesley would be winning, but other than that, it's not a position you would want to have with the black pieces, and it's completely losing. But in this position, Gukesh was not able to find this. He played queen to d3, but now just bishop to e8. And now once the queen goes here, queen to f7, Gukesh's position is absolutely amazing still, and he's still finding the right moves, but he's not able to find the way to end the game right on the spot. Queen to g4 is the absolute best move in this position, attacking the queen. You could go here, but again, then all hell breaks loose, because the queen comes into the position. Here rook to b8 was played, queen to g5, but now just comes this queen to g7, and Wesley is completely pushed off to the back foot. But here still the final blow is remaining. Knight to f6 was the best move in the position. king to f7, but he has to find a continuation, and the continuation that he missed in this position is bishop caps on e5. Bishop captures, you play queen captures, and after queen captures, rook captures is the idea. So you don't think that that piece is free. So I mean, this would be completely over. Just go for this, and this would be checkmate. So not going for that. But here after bishop captures, you don't really necessarily have to trade, but if you trade, then you have to somehow find a way to defend it. Maybe just go back, but then again, the position is absolutely lost for you. There is no hope in this position. But here after king to f7, knight to g4 was played, and it doesn't completely lose the game right on the spot, but it's just takes a chunk of your advantage. Here king to e6 was played. King to e6 is a very bold decision by Wesley, but if you want to survive, you have to take those bold decisions. Queen to d2, bishop to c6, and now just going for rook to a6, rook to b6. And I'm going to ask you to pause the video here one more time. Just find the best move in this position for white. I mean, you're there, you're on the charge, you obviously have a better position. Find the best move in this position that wins the game for white. Have at it. So congratulations to everyone who's able to find this move, and the move is rook captures on b6. That's right, just removing the defender of this. And there are no insane tactics in this position, but you have to play positionally. You understand these double pawns, and also you are just up a complete pawn, by the way, here. So with that in mind, what you want to do in this position is you are keeping some just defending that pawn. So obviously you cannot capture, black cannot capture, but the best thing to do in this position is, I searched for like whole of 4 to 5 minutes in this position, and the only move better than this I could find in this position was f3. And f3 is a very nice positional move, and when I saw it, it made sense, but I was hoping that there was some tactic, because the evaluation bar was just like going crazy. And yeah, this is amazing, absolutely amazing, because here after queen to e7, you try to go after this pawn, but I just play queen to c3. And now if you go after this pawn, I go after sorry, not that, if you go after this pawn, I go after this pawn. So let's say you take, but queen caps on e5, king to f7, queen to h6, queen to h8. Very important, going for this, also making some room for the knight to jump in with the check. And this is going to be very difficult. If you move the bishop back, then just captures check, and now you can just trade everything, and the position is completely winning for you. Yes, there are 2 pawns, but they are double pawns. You could even sacrifice the knight in some lines. Even if you want to troll your opponent, you could just go here and just get this knight on a dark square. King would take some time, till then you can just push your pawn, and this is a completely winning position. But here after rook to b6, he did not go for rook captures. He played this queen to a2 check, and this unfortunately doesn't work. Both players like 15 seconds on the clock, so they have to play fast. But king to e7, but now just comes rook captures, c captures. He found it, but a move too late. Bishop to d7 was played, but now just comes this knight to e3, and now just this knight check. And now finally grabbing a pawn. He is still better, but he has to play it perfectly. Queen to e6 was played, but now just bishop to h4, king to f7, queen to e3. His position is winning, but it's very difficult to find that right strike, that ends the game right on the spot. Bishop to f8 was played by Wesley, but now just comes queen to f3 check, king moves. Bishop to f6 check, king moves, and now bishop caps on e5, grabbing another pawn. But now just comes this, and this is a very beautiful tactic that Gukesh found, but it's still a draw, unfortunately. Queen to a1 check, king to h2, bishop to d6, but now just going for this g3, not allowing any checks or anything in the position. Bishop captures, but now just comes this. He started pushing his pawn, but it's still not enough. Here just b4 was played, queen to d4, queen to c5, queen to d7. He still has to be careful about this pawn, otherwise he's just in a completely losing position. It's still a draw now. h5, but now just knight to e3, b3, queen to b7, and queen to b4, asking for a queen trade. Queen captures, bishop captures, but here just knight to c4 was played. But unfortunately in this position, Gukesh's clock ran out. He wasn't able to press the clock in the right manner, and as soon as he got to it the second time, it was just he was just out of time. And unfortunately, in a completely winning position, it went to a draw, and then Gukesh went to a loss. I mean, he had to find the right strikes. He had many chances, he created many chances, he played absolutely perfectly till the middle game, but in the very end, when it was required, I think he just could not find the right move. And yeah, very unfortunate. He was just holding his head. He was very pissed off at himself, and I think anyone would be. It's very, I mean, normal reaction, because this was the win that he needed after that last chance that he created in the last game. And yeah, this is not good, but again, it happens. I mean, you just cannot cannot do anything in these kinds of scenarios. It always happens. But yeah, sometimes just all you need is a little bit of tactical shots in the position, and I think that would make all the difference. But again, I mean, it's really heartbreaking. But yeah, maybe he'll be able to do better in the next rounds. So yeah, we'll see that. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming back with games like these, so stay tuned to the channel and subscribe to the channel. I'll be seeing you guys with the next games, maybe of Gukesh or maybe of someone else. We'll see.